Our planet is changing faster than ever. More droughts, stronger hurricane, collapsing infrastructure. The effects of climate change are no longer a distant threat. They're here, they're now, and they're impacting all of us. Hurricanes today are stronger and more frequent, fueled by rising and warming ocean temperatures. The perfect birthing ground for these hurricanes are when the warm air pulled in from all directions and the warm ocean water located at latitudes close to the equator interact. That's why we see so many hurricanes hit our eastern, southern coast in the Atlantic Ocean. But now, due to global warming, our oceans are warming everywhere. With the high amount of greenhouse gas emissions in our atmosphere, mostly linked due to human activities from burning fossil fuels, there is more heat that stays in our atmosphere rather than leaves it. Our ocean absorbs all the extra heat, and as a result, increasing temperatures have global effects. Study shows that the most damaging U.S. hurricanes are 3 times more frequent than a century ago, and major hurricanes in the Atlantic have doubled since 1980. According to NASA, global climate models predict hurricanes will likely become more intense. For example, take the tragedy of Hurricane Katrina, a Category 5 hurricane that struck the Bahamas and then traveling to the state of Louisiana, hitting New Orleans at a Category 3 with top winds of 170 miles per hour, becoming one of the most powerful Atlantic storms. The storm left 80% of the city underwater, leaving thousands without homes and in need of basic utilities. New Orleans was never the same after the hurricane. The hurricane ended up causing an estimated $193 billion in damages. There are so many more examples: Sandy, Harvey, and Maria. At the same time, droughts are becoming more severe. Rainfall patterns are shifting, leaving once lush areas struggling for water, or bringing weather conditions to the extreme. These aren't just environmental issues. They affect our food supply, our homes, and our way of life. According to the United States Environmental Protection Agency, the Earth's water cycle has sped up through an increase in the rate of evaporation from the Earth's surface and transpiration from plants. An increase in evapotranspiration makes more water available in the air for precipitation, but contributes to drying some over land areas, having less moisture in the soil. As the climate continues to change, many historically wet areas are likely to experience increased precipitation and increased risk of floodings, while historically dry areas are likely to experience less precipitation and increased risk of drought. As a result, since the 1950s, some regions of the world have experienced an increase in some type of droughts, including Western North America.
And it's not just storms and droughts. Climate change is weakening our infrastructure. Roads crack under extreme heat. Floodwaters wash away bridges. Power grids are failing. Major outages increased by 64% in the last decade, leaving millions in the dark when they need power the most. Our energy networks weren't built for these new changes. When temperature rises, power lines sag, wildfires increase, and storms knock out entire grids. In some areas, utility companies even shut down power lines to prevent fires, leaving communities vulnerable. Increased temperatures also have led to increased energy demand, which is an issue when power lines sag and their transmission is reduced. Coastal cities face rising sea levels projected to increase by at least several inches in just 15 years, and up to 4 feet by 2100. This puts roads, airports, and entire communities at risk. And as for inland cities, research suggests a 4-degree Fahrenheit rise in temperature causes asphalt life expectancy to decrease by 3 to 7 years. Approximately 5.8 million miles of road in the country face increased risk to cracking, rutting, and buckling as temperatures 80 degrees and above become more frequent and continuous. But we can fight back. We can build smarter, strengthen our power grids, use climate-resilient materials for roads and bridges, and switch to renewable energy sources to slow down this crisis before it gets worse.
We need global action, stronger policies, smarter urban planning, and most importantly, we need you. Spread the word, call for change, reduce your own carbon footprint, because the future is still in our hands.
This isn't just about science. This is about our homes, our families, our future. The time to act is now.